I'm reading the notes of explorer Ella Mayar. The life of the nomads captivates me. Their instability attracts me. They still travel with their cattle and their yurt. The Kyrgyz are free men. Everywhere I seek the secret of upright men made happy by a blue sky. But since Ella Mayar, this great nomadic people has lived through a century of upheaval, 70 years of communism and the whirlwind of independence. So I decided to jump into the saddle and hit the trail to find out what remains today of these myths that populate our sedentary imagination. To meet today's nomads, I shall cross Kyrgyzstan from the capital Bishkek to Lake Issyk Kul. Then through the mountains and high pastures where the shepherds live, I'll head for the south of the country. I'll cross the Trans-Alay mountains on my way to Tajikistan in the Western Pamirs, populated by the Kyrgyz minority of nomadic tradition. We begin our journey on horseback in the heights of Bishkek, not expecting our first meeting so soon.
We have been nomads since the time of our ancestors. We live in the mountains. We are nomads. We move with the animals from one place to another, from the summer pastures to the winter pastures. It's in our blood, and so it should remain. We Kyrgyz were born and raised on a horse. We were born with animals and with this soil. How could all that disappear? I can't drive a car. I only ride a horse. But several types of horse. Race horses, work horses. I don't like the city. If I go there for a day, it gives me a headache. I just go to market to buy clothes, but I prefer to stay in the mountains where the air is fresh. The earth will never be fully covered by the city. Even though Bishkek may expand, the earth will not become just one city.
We don't heed Nurbek's advice and dive into the city to meet yesterday's nomads, today's city dwellers who swell the suburbs of Bishkek. At the gates of the city, we follow the flow of cars. All seem to be hurrying to a gigantic market.
Get out of the way!
Melon, 1,500 some. Buy a melon. Mind your backs, out of the way. My name is Jambiltiki. I've been a trolley pusher for 2 months. Can I begin?
I don't know if you'll be able to take it all at once.
I'll just take one packet first.
Will you need another trip? I don't want to come back.
Okay, I'll take it all at once. You think that the city's better and that there's work. In the country, all you do is mind the animals. There's no money, whereas here, you can earn money.
Lots of shepherds are leaving the countryside for the capital and its markets, following the old adage of Kyrgyz nomads, if you think you're poor, change pastures. Others go even further in search of a better life, the way all the goods are going, and they try their luck in Russia.
We press customers' goods in this way. Press it and send it to Kazakhstan. At first, this was a small market, and then people came with containers, and it became a big market. Area-wise, it's the biggest in Central Asia. Dordoy market. Kyrgyzstan's economy is based on this market. The future of Kyrgyzstan is business. Kyrgyzstan has the internet, new schools. It has a great future. The Kyrgyz are civilized. They know everything. That's civilization.
10,000 containers piled up over long kilometers. The new Kyrgyz temple of capitalist economy, created by a former communist leader, provides work for 30,000 people to whom businessmen are the new heroes. We make our way to Bishkek's central square, where the new monument conveys another message. The president of the young republic has put the statue of Lenin into storage in favor of Manas, historical hero of the nomadic epic, to reaffirm the foundations of the identity of Kyrgyzstan, independent since the fall of the USSR. But the military goose-step of these soldiers has not lost the rhythm or bearing of the past regime and doesn't evoke an imaginary world of nomadic warriors. We leave Bishkek to continue our nomadic quest outside the capital. We follow the summer vacationers' road to the shores of Issyk Kul, a high-altitude lake, Kyrgyzstan's inland sea. Cholpan Ata is one of the most famous seaside resorts of the Kyrgyz Riviera. Once prized by the communist elite, it now attracts new tourists from all over Central Asia. With typical Kyrgyz hospitality, we're invited to join a group on the beach.
Hello. Taste the bread. This is our tradition. We have to give the bread to people who come to taste. Take some, it's our tradition. You have to taste everything that's on the table. At home in Talas, we work with the animals, but at this time of year, our animals go to the summer pastures. We're free, and we come here for a rest with the in-laws. We come up here once a year for a rest. We drink for our health, to feel good. May everything go well.
Still animal breeders, but not really nomads, these Kyrgyz are now taking part in the grand summer transhumance to the beaches instead of to the pastures. The animals too are getting to know this new tourist-driven migration and are tackling new occupations. A few kilometers from the lake, we witness a demonstration by an eagle trainer. Tradition has become a way of earning a living. So while waiting for the tourists to arrive, Talgabek dresses up for the occasion.
Hello.
The eagle's name is Tumarai. He is 10 years old. I inherited this from my ancestors. My ancestors fed themselves thanks to eagles. They lived in harmony with nature. Put your arm like this.
Oh, but you're very handsome.
When I'm not working with tourists, I hunt. That's my passion. I can't imagine my life without eagles. I like to go off alone and hunt. And my eagle likes it. Being alone and hunting together. In a calm place where there is no noise. The nomads would move from one place to the next. They hunted and survived thanks to the eagles. My eagle understands me. He knows me. He knows my voice, and he even recognizes my pulse. At the time of the Soviet Union, the young people had to work and had no possibility of doing anything else. My father loved hunting, but he couldn't follow the tradition. He worked. He was a teacher. And I also think that he was ashamed. Only the old men hunted at the time. Only after they retired could they continue the traditions of our ancestors.
Along roads that see life go by, history's remains halt time for an instant. Lavish sentinels, the mausoleums of the ancestors watch over us. They're still revered today as in the ancient traditions, but here is another cult that has fallen into disuse. The Kolkhoz ruins are memories of a bygone era, the Soviet era, and the settlement of nomads. But we're going to meet a man who links these two worlds. Former communist leader Tashtanbek is also an aksakal, a whitebeard, an elder whose word is respected. Since the fall of the Soviet Union, he's gone back to living in the mountains, but he isn't easy to find.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello, are you well?
Yes, thank you.
We're looking for Tashtanbek's home.
It's this way. Follow me.
We finally spot the elder in the distance. At 75, he's still on horseback in his pastures.
Everyone's well, thank you.
How many do you have?
A strange lookout sits above the pastures. Soviet hero Tashkent Bek is still celebrated today. A statue in his likeness is awaiting inauguration.
Tariximizin başlalışı ошол mal менен өткөн 1955-жылдан тартып, ошол 1987-жылга чейин ошол бир колхоздо малчы кой багып, тубар кой багып, эң алдыңкы көрсөткүчтөргө жетишип, төлдөн, жүндөн, эттен дегенде. Анан ошонун негизинде эки жолку социалистик эмгектин баатыры деген наам берилген. Коммунистик партияда элдин камы үчүн катуураак көңүл буручу. Анда медицинасы айрыкча эң эле билим берүү жагы. Советтин жанагы жаман жагы кайсы? Жаман жагы ошол кээ бир аз улуттун дининен ажыратып коюу, тилинен ажыратып коюу. Ушул эки фактысы көбүрөөк орчундуу нерсени ээлеп коет.
The traditions did not totally die out, and the fall of the Soviet Union saw their return, along with major lifestyle changes.
We live as our ancestors did. It's in our blood. But this is a new job for me. Before, I was a mathematician, a computer engineer. During the Soviet Union, IBM, you know, the big computers. I worked in statistics, reporting to the calculation center. But there's no choice. Now we have to follow the path that allows us to live. Someone with real personality goes up into the mountains to preserve the purity of his soul, to live from his strength, from his own work. That's what freedom is.
Малды карап коюп турбайм, ал кайда кетти? Ошонун негизинде биздин жаштардын көбү чет элде, чет мамлекеттерден иштөөгө жумуш издеп, жумушсуз болуп калды бул жерден. Бу кыргыздын өзүнүн жеринде эле, өзүнүн элинде деле эмгек кылса болот экен деп, ушул жерде ушул жаныбардын башы декабрь айынын аягы мезгилдерде 43 градуска чейин суук болот. Кээде 1 метрге жакын кар түшөт. Ошого карабай, ушул жерге мал бакканды туура көрүп, фермер болуп өзүнчө. Анан ошол жаштарга үлгү болуш үчүн, тарбия болуш үчүн кеңеш берейин, ошолорду тарбиялайын деп бир чети ушул болду.
Up ahead, both crowd and vehicles seem to have stopped for some activity or other, so we make our way towards the gathering.
Throw it down there!
A goat's carcass is thrown to the ground and is pounced upon by a wild horde. Kokbaru, the sport of kings among nomadic warlike tribes, is pretty light on rules.
Catch it, Kial!
Quick, quick! Go on, go on!
Quick!
Two teams compete to throw the prey into their goal, called the Circle of Justice.
Oyal senin attın ama da. Göbüne maktan ölmüş. Aysat Bey. Atın Bey.
Anasına git koşun. Hop, молодец.
Cay.
Harbayın! Ben attım bebe. Attım bebe. Şuradan canlanacak. Canlanacak. Tos.
Молодец attın. Stay. Hayır. Da diese Alıstan gelmiş. İşte ağır.
Yok, gogat. Atı ver.
Gogat.
Tamam, vazgeçke. Ulan canı kol atı var.
Ben de aldım mı?
Ver bakayım.
Katılak.
Молодец бала gel, atağınız vurayım. Top betine ne oturgan bala gel.
Var gelmez mi?
Çok. Barayım mı? Attı öyle götürdüm.
Ha, çıremi. Bu oyunda özü.
Of course there are arguments during the game.
Büyütkonu oyunda. Bütün nersen kıymıldap şunday.
Because when you're watching, it really grips you. The tension rises, tempers fray.
Bu oyun çırsız ötpeyt.
So there's always some kind of disputes.
Ha.
Анткени ойно десең дагы ойнойт турган болуп калганда.
Even though they tell the young not to play,
Биринен бири көрөт.
they carry on because it's in our blood.
Балам айтып атам. Сен ойуну кызыкпай эле кой.
For example, my son. I tell him not to play because it's dangerous, and he might get hurt like me, and have back problems.
Бирок карап турам, балам мага карабай азыр.
In spite of that, he won't stop. It's in our blood.
Irkçan bolot birinciden.
Young people have a real passion for the game.
Densoluk normalniy bolot.
Riding horses makes them stronger and more alive.
Büt gelet. Jaş ballar.
So they love it so much that they all come.
Bakan, anca düşündürüyor çıkırıp dağa.
To really understand the game, you'd have to follow me for at least 5 years.
But with the nomads, warlike traditions inevitably go hand in hand with traditions that heal. It's a full moon tonight, and the night is filled with incantations that naturally guide my path.
I ask for the happiness of our people, for good things. Protect us, O springs, protect us. My children, my people, God, I ask you to protect us. Protect us. They call us the Kalpan tribe. My grandmother was a kozachik, a clairvoyant, and that's been passed down through the generations. When I was young, I had the evil eye very badly. I couldn't move or get up. A woman, Grandmother Orozgul, treated me, and from that moment I believed with all my heart in Kyrgyz Chilik, Kyrgyz shamanism.
Animism and religion mingle. The Kyrgyz nomadic Islam is full of shamanism.
I can feel you have high blood pressure, stomach aches and headaches. So I will say a prayer. and give you herbs.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Out of this head, all bad things, and the evil eye. You can call the next person. I don't often go to hospital. I prefer to come to this woman, and afterwards I feel lighter. She is someone you can trust who helps a great many people. Kyrgyz Chilek is a wealth of knowledge that comes from our ancestors. Many people call us Kyrgyz shamans because our ancestors were nomads. They lived in the mountains with stones and used their treasure. They were far from the village, so they needed lots of time to come down the mountains and go to the doctor. What else could they have done? Out in nature, they treat themselves. During the Soviet Union, Kyrgyz Chilek didn't totally disappear. At that time, my father would still go to the top of a hill and issue a call to prayer. We continued to practice in hiding.
Today, even though the shaman lives in the village, these practices and beliefs inherited from the mountains still have followers. Our journey is taking us still further south to Osh and then Sari-Mogol in the Alay foothills. Kyrgyzstan deserves its nickname as Central Asia's water tower. We follow the course of the water, which comes down from the mountains and irrigates the Fergana Valley, one of the few flat areas of the country. But we'll soon be hitting the heights again. To continue on our way from Osh, we make our way to the places where trucks leave for the south of the country and Tajikistan. We meet Danyar, who is eagerly awaiting his cousin.
That's okay, stop. Sabachka, will the watermelons be all right?
We'll put them in a place where they won't explode. If they do explode, we'll leave them in the truck.
Put them where they'll arrive in good shape. I'm loading potatoes, onions, carrots, and watermelons. I'm taking them to my family because it's more expensive down there. He's like my cousin. We are close family. I'm interested in genealogy. That's why I'm going to see them, to write our history.
We've heard of the importance of the clans in the nomadic world.
I'll ride with you, cousin.
So we asked Danyar to take us with him to follow his quest, which now meets ours. We set off on a 200-kilometer trip aboard Sapabek's cousin's Kamaz.
How long does it usually take to get to Sari-Mogol?
It usually takes us 5 or 6 hours.
Without stopping?
If we stop to eat, that means 6 or 7 hours. And if the truck breaks down, it takes longer than 7 hours.
Did you call grandmother?
Yes, I warned her.
Your truck is very comfortable. You can even lie down in it.
You can even jump inside it.
You jump on your seats. Is this the engine?
Yes, that's the engine.
It's very hot. You can feel the heat coming up. You throw water on it when the temperature's too high?
Yes, you have to cool it down.
He'll throw in some water because it's up to 80 degrees.
After I bought my truck, I carried other merchandise, some coal even. My brothers are following the tradition, raising cattle and living in the nomadic tradition. But we can't all be stock breeders. It's hard. That's why my brothers look after the cattle. Even though I'm a driver, I love animals. Of course, I'll remain a nomad all my days, whenever I get time off. I go to find my family and spend some time with them, but also to make the most of the pastures and the nomadic life. Drinking kumis, being out in nature. Because a driver's life is different, I still miss the pastures. So with the family, I prefer my horse, but on the road, I prefer my truck. We need to put in more water.
Hello, do you sell kameez?
Yes, of course.
How much?
50 somalita.
Is it pure?
Yes, very pure.
Is it busy?
We have guests right now.
Where should we go?
I'll put you here.
Give us a liter to start with.
It's the kumis.
We take the famous kumis and are rather surprised by the taste of alcohol of this fermented mare's milk.
Are you allowed to drive after drinking kumis?
Of course not. The cops could arrest me. But as I know the local ones, I can drink. And anyway, we'll soon be home.
For your health. Toast.
Cheers.
Once in the village, we prepare the horses to get us to Grandma Aisha's. For Danya, the cousin turned city dweller, it's an unusual return to the pastures.
Look, I have gloves.
We're going to the pastures, which are down there. Kizil Turuk is the name of the place. It's 17 kilometers from Sari Mogol. would usually go by car, but we're going to go by horse as I haven't ridden for a long time. In winter, when there's a lot of snow, it's inaccessible to cars. People do everything on horseback.
I haven't ridden for ages either.
Yes, you can tell it's been a while.
My thighs are beginning to ache.
Hit him to G him up. Do you want a whip?
No, I'm fine.
Do it like this.
Hello, Grandma.
Welcome, my child.
How are you? How's your health?
Fine, thank God. And how are you?
Yes, fine. And yourself?
You're in good health? Is business good? Welcome to you.
Yes, fine. Thank you.
Are you well? Is business good? And how's your health? How are you doing, your health?
Very well, thanks. And yourself?
Thank you, I'm fine.
We've missed you so much, Grandma.
I've missed you too. It's a Kyrgyz tradition to go to meet the person who's coming and wait for them. It's our sense of hospitality and welcome. It's a form of respect.
Come on, Grandma, let's go. Come on.
Come in.
It's okay, Grandma. Come and have your tea.
We thank Allah infinitely for creating us. Danya, thank you so much for coming, so that we can get on just as well together and spend good times together on this earth.
I'll go and fetch my papers so we can move on to genealogy. That's the first version. I did it in 2009. I've been researching for 4 years.
What have you written here?
That Sarasan didn't have any children. Look, Grandma, right at the start, I only had that. My father only remembered that much. And look now, there are more people. It won't fit on one sheet.
Danya, Chogoloy, 2, Jakib, 3, Gani, 4, my father-in-law, 5, your father, 6.
There's one missing.
That's you. That's why there's no 7th name.
We Kyrgyz write our family tree, the history of our ancestors. Who is who is the son of whom, where you come from. If you don't know your family tree, it's shameful. Wherever we go, we're asked if we know the 7 ancestors. They're the first name of your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, and so on. Our clan is called Inirshak. It's one of the young clans. My grandfathers didn't write their tree. That was during the Soviet time, and for various reasons, the tree wasn't written. Wherever I go, I meet my cousins, my grandmother, and I ask them who is who. What are our family ties? And I write everything down. It has a very important place in our Kyrgyz tradition.
We'll take this path.
Our escapade in the pastures takes us to the foot of the highest peak in Kyrgyzstan. It still bears a name marked by the country's recent history, Lenin Peak. We leave the green slopes of Kyrgyzstan and once over the Kizlat Pass, enter Tajikistan. We discover the mineral and lunar world of the Pamir Tajik Mountains. We're arriving at Talay's pasture, where something very special is happening.
Get up. Don't do that. Get up, stop being silly.
Get in the car, go on. We're going to 3 separate camps. This is a Kyrgyz Muslim tradition. Every year at the end of Ramadan, we feast. It's a way of meeting up, helping each other, and keeping in touch. In each camp, we've killed a sheep, as we eat a lot of meat.
Happy Eid. Welcome, come on in. Men on this side, women on the other.
Come on, Talay. Take some bread, taste it. You can put the children's bread over there.
I don't want any.
You'll try it, even if you don't eat it. Okay, I'll have some then. These feasts are very important to us. We really need them. We keep up our customs and pass them on to the next generation, the children who follow in our footsteps. Tomorrow they'll grow and do what we've taught them to do. We've come here from different places. We only get together during the summer pastures. In autumn, we'll all go our separate ways. Then we don't meet up.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بالعزة عما يصفون
We eat several lunches in the various camps. So, as an aid to digestion between meals, a few traditional games have been arranged.
You have to manage to remove the string that ties the feet of the child who just turned 1. That means that later he'll walk well after his first birthday. That's the first important milestone for a child.
Look, you have to run down there.
Wait, sit down, you've won. Who wants to play against her?
So we join the game.
The winner!
You're good. Here, take one. Pass the tray on. Help yourself. You're the guest. I'll let you go first. The yurts aren't big enough, so the men are on one side and we're on the other, as we wouldn't get into the same one. But if the yurt were bigger, we'd really like to eat all together. Go on, sing. We'll join in.
But there's no respite for Talay. Barely recovered from the day's feasting, he leaves camp in the early morning for an 11-hour ride. He's expected at another event beyond the mountains, the Atchabish Kyrgyz Horse Festival, held in Morgab. The first participants are already arriving at the venue.
Participants and spectators, our festival is about to begin.
I told you, don't go on the track.
Come along, boys. Go on, catch him. Catch him.
Qarmab turgan nima o'maldi nima edi? Savxoz, kolxoz edi. Undan keyin oldi razbar bo'lib ketdi, jeb bitdi. Ata-atan demokratiya bo'lib ketdi. Bizde shunda joyib ketdi. Qachon shu soyizga şey bo'lib kelgan, undan keyin hech kim uni qiziqqan emas-da. Qiziq shunchalik qirjaqlinchalik bo'lib turibmadan, ko'mlashgan odam bo'lgan emas. Qarma jenim, qarma.
Fool! Well done. He's won. He's the winner. Bravo!
Caught up in the atmosphere, we take part in the game of Kizkumai, clad in the traditional suit.
Go on! Faster! Keep pushing!
The rider's aim is to catch the woman's bridle on the way and on the way back. She must try to hit him with her whip. At 4,000 meters altitude, the race leaves them breathless.
Here I play the judge. It's good that young people can see all this again. Now they know all the games. Keys Kumai, wrestling, horse racing. This way they know them all. If you explain to them without showing them, it's not very easy. If you organize this every year, there'd be more horses. It's a big boost for our culture, Kyrgyz culture, to which the horse is integral.
Thanks to the festival, the objective of the Kyrgyz Ad Foundation for Kyrgyz Horses, created by a French woman, Jacqueline Ripard, seems to have been achieved. The tension mounts as the speed race, the festival's flagship event, will soon be starting. A proverb says that horses are the wings of the Kyrgyz. Almost 100 years after Elamayar, despite the upheavals of history, these Kyrgyz, now semi-sedentary shepherds, still retain, locked deep within their nomadic soul, an ability to adapt and survive, the love of hospitality, and the taste of freedom, an eternal source of inspiration for all travelers.